Welcome back to O Sports on O Radio with Gio and Matt.
What's up?
You know, we should be getting AJ back hopefully sometime this week.
Yeah, but you think he's sleeping in after his robotics competition
We'll have more on that
when he gets back?
Wednesday, pretty much.
Hopefully. I don't know. It feels like he hasn't been here in forever.
No, what it's arguably called the fight of the century.
Fight of the century. Wow.
At least the fight of the decade, in my opinion.
Okay. I give that to you.
Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia.
I didn't watch the actual fight, but I knew the outcome of it. And
It was
watched the
a good
highlights.
fight. You know,
All right, so you want to break it down real quick?
I mean, the first there was it was back and forth early in the match.
Yeah.
Right? Ryan Garcia had taken over in the second round, but towards the end, it was kind of just like you kind of just knew it was over, right? Just because Davis had more experience, in my opinion.
You think so?
I mean, clearly
No. Okay. well,
Garcia was getting pieced. He was.
He was. But
There was a
I
decent-
don't think it's experience because Ryan Garcia.
has
he came in
5
20,
less masters, 23,
No.
23
He had
now.
less masters?
Yeah, 23.
They were both undefeated, right?
Yeah,
No,
both-
Tank Davis had one loss.
28. No, 28 and 0, 23 and 0. Search it up right now.
24 fights, 23 wins, one loss. Okay, so he's 23.
23 and 0, and Davis was
And then-
28 and 0.
Was he actually?
Either 20 or 20. He was higher than him for sure.
I thought he was the last time I looked.
See,
29 and okay. Yeah, you were right.
so that's what I'm saying.
But that's not too much more
I
experience.
mean, it's not that much more experience,
That's-
but when it comes
Just
to
a couple matches.
that couple matches, could be a difference.
You're not wrong.
Like if it was one fight, I'd be like, okay, yeah, then that's fair. But
the amount of like hype I was building around Ryan Garcia, like in my own house, I was like, oh, yo, when that fight comes out, I already know what the score's gonna say. Like Ryan Garcia is gonna come out on top.
it was don't get me wrong, it was a good fight. It's just Garcia could not land his hits.
Dude, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like he was ducking. Like he just didn't want to get in there.
I mean,
'Cause, dude,
he's called Tank for a reason.
Tank
He hits
David,
hard.
29 knockouts in 29 matches. I'm pretty sure.
27 knockouts.
Okay. Well, regardless, more than Ryan Garcia. And dude, he
Hits.
it's funny because you got the hardest hitting boxer of like
Two of
this century.
Two of the hardest hitting boxers of this.
Ryan
No.
Garcia is the fastest boxer,
No,
not the hardest.
Garcia
hitting.
can hit. I'm gonna say this.
The ghost left. The ghost took.
Not don't worry. Garcia has more speed, but when he still has power behind it.
It's like Ali versus Tyson, kind of.
Exactly.
Like,
I mean, obviously not that good, but
well, yeah, obviously not that good, but that's like the speed versus like just
Yeah.
the pure brute strength.
And I think that if Garcia would move, if he just laid, if he got like one or two more hooks, I think he could have done it.
Like one, like knocked him out one, or just
At least brought it to. I think if Garcia landed one like that last hook he threw before he got hit with the liver punch, I think he could at least made it to the next round.
You think so?
Yeah. What happened was it was a body shot.
Yeah, Gervonta Davis KO Ryan with a brutal body shot in the 7th round. They went 7 rounds. I didn't know that much.
I mean, you gotta think like Garcia stayed toe to toe with the dude that literally who throws hooks and it hurts.
Dude, hooks hurt regardless of who you are, but like this guy, he's a beast.
But remember, Gervonta Davis probably is the hardest hitting boxer right now,
Oh,
At-
he for sure is right now.
especially in that weight class.
I haven't kept up with boxing much, but I do know who Gervonta Davis is. And
Exactly.
Ryan Garcia, obviously. Because Ryan Garcia, dude, I would have taken, like, you hear a bunch, like, speed over power.
See, he just could not land that left hook. He was
yeah,
ready.
Like, you can see here, like, the beginning of the round, like, he's just missing. Just a whole lot of misses sold him. Like, that hand right there.
He was impatient.
He
That's
came
what it
over
was.
the top to try. He tried to get the big hit. Came over the top. He's fast, but yeah, patience, bro. It was really a patience thing. Like he wasn't patient enough to like. I don't know.
If he was just a little bit more patient, see right there.
Yeah, right there.
You can't throw a hook just out of
Now
nowhere.
he did connect that one, but like barely.
I'm saying for a hook to land with power, you can't just throw it out as much as he
Just
did.
for the people that can't tell, we are watching the highlights right now. So
Yeah,
if you're not talking,
like you want
apologies.
to set up
So
some jabs.
he is landing the jabs. It's just when he comes around with that right or
because
the,
it's the
his
left
hooks.
hook.
Well, no, is right now.
No, it's the left hook that everyone that he was worried about. Right,
Honestly, just better defense by Davis. Like he's dodging a lot of these hits.
definitely no. He's slipping a lot for the hooks and stuff. He was slipping. He was really just like
I think the big issue with Ryan, right? Like he was kind of backing up a lot. Like he wasn't boxing how he normally boxes. Like
Yeah, 'cause
normally he takes control of that match and just like
he knew the power that Tank had.
exactly.
I think
dude, and no one's trying to get knocked out by this man.
I'm
No
saying-
one is trying to get knocked out by that man.
I'm gonna say this right now. If he's more patient and throws just a few more jabs, if he sticks to the jabs, I think he wins it.
You think so?
Because think about it, Tank hits harder, and Garcia's not landing any of the hooks. If he realized, oh, I'm not landing these hooks, right? And now obviously, I'm not a boxer.
He landed.
I'm not a
that one right
fighter.
there. Never claimed to be a fighter.
Obviously, I mean, I'm not a professional fighter. I'll say
Yeah.
that, right? But my thing is this: those jabs, they opened it up for him, but he was too impatient. It was like right away, like it was muted, man. That's why
I know.
Uh,
All right, so like, I see what you're saying with the jabs because his jabs.
'cause they were landing.
So with your jab hand, right? Like you swing it and it's quick enough to come back, and you still have like
The jab is just,
Yeah.
it's like that one puncher. It's like it's unreliable.
exactly.
No matter what happens, you'll always have it.
You could throw the jab as many times as you want, and you can miss a couple of times because it's quick. Like the reload, quote unquote, reload time is fast on the jab, so you keep throwing
Literally-
it, keep throwing it. But that
It's kind of like a boomerang.
that backhand, once that comes through, you're opening yourself
Thing
up
is,
to it.
he throws. It's his front hook that's more.
I know
dangerous.
because when he went for the hook though, because he
He
goes
goes-
all the way around,
oh,
and then
if he
your
doesn't
face
go
is
over,
open there.
I think if he just goes like with a normal hook rather than an overhook, and he's just like
He's
straight.
so fat. He needs to start boxing more like Muhammad Ali or like Floyd Mayweather.
He
like,
does.
He's so
He
fast
does
to
for
be
some matches. I think
for some matches. Like this is one where he could have just
I think he
out-tired him.
he's trying to go toe to toe, and I think that's where he lost.
Yeah,
If
he was
doesn't do
going
that-
with pure striking power, and that's not where that's not a strong suit.
definitely. No, I think give it like
I think if you fight like they fight 10 times, Ryan Garcia is gonna win
at least five.
at least half of them.
I could, like because everyone's like the fight could have gone either way.
They
Let's be
could
real.
have. Like if
Yeah.
it went to decision.
The card was looking a little.
Yeah, it was.
It was looking a little iffy for
even.
both.
I need to see those next couple of rounds, but besides that, bro, like
Great fight.
I don't know what they were telling him in this corner. Maybe they were telling him like go forward, go like swing at him.
They
but
were
that's
definitely because
just-
like he was backing up at the same because you know
he was.
the thing
Dude,
is when you're
this-
boxing, it's really just the judge that should
Davis
watch it.
knocks people out.
Exactly.
Like that's what he does.
I mean that's what his job is to do.
That's what his job's to do, right?
I would
But
say this: when you're in a corner, the corner's thinking it not only about the best like way for you to knock the guy out, but the best way for you to look trying to get you to look the best way in front of the judges, right?
yeah.
If they see you backing up, like they're gonna be like, oh, point off, like however the scoring works. I don't know.
See, and that's what I'm saying. Like he would back up just enough to like tap him with the jab. Like he wouldn't back up enough where like
Yeah,
he could just like dodge. I'm telling you, he's so fast. He could literally just dodge all these punches. His endurance is great. He could go all the rounds, and when he lands, he lands.
yeah. You know, I think just the
Speed.
jab, because right, you could land like if he lands like 10 of those, your head starts like your head starts hurt after like the second or third. one.
You could tell me if I'm wrong too, but like speed beats power.
It debates.
80% of the time, speed beats power.
When speed lands, speed can be power.
That's
I'll
what.
say that.
Well, that too, right? Because speed beats power. So
my
if
thing
you're
is-
throwing, if say
Because
Davis,
speed, you get more
yeah,
hiss.
exactly.
Power, it all boils down to flow like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
True, but I'm gonna use this as an example, and you might laugh at it. But like the Flash, right? Like the Flash versus like some other person,
I get the
right?
example.
Like you get the example. Like,
Right, like,
he
he's so
wins because
fast.
he's so fast he can't get hit.
I mean,
if you
at the
can't
time-
get hit, you can't get hurt
That's true. That's true.
for the most part.
Um,
And like Tyreek Hill, fastest receiver on the field,
that's true.
and he doesn't get tackled like that because he's just so quick.
Exactly. But you know, it was good fight regardless. And honestly,
Dude, it was a great fight.
I would watch it
What's your
again.
opinion on boxing? Because I don't watch boxing all that much.
Boxing is a great sport that it's just so underrated because people try to say it's the nobodies that make it so bad because like they
You're
give
not
out their
wrong.
2 cents.
See, because how many boxers do you actually know besides these two
I mean, all time that's
and
different.
Jake Paul?
Okay, it's different from like all time versus now.
Let's do now. Let's do current.
Okay, pull up a list and turn the computer. I'll look away.
Okay.
All currently fighting. And, I think I'd do pretty good on this one.
All right. Let's see. I gotta search up current.
I just found Anthony Edwards. Like that's not basketball.
Damn.
Damn.
we could. Guess we could do this one.
Okay, what's like my target score? Like just as many as I can.
Yeah, just a couple.
You ready?
Yeah.
Canelo
Okay.
Ryan, obviously, Davis. Uh, Tyson Fury,
Yeah.
Tommy Fury.
Yeah.
All right, kind of Jake Paul.
Yeah. Sure.
All right, Jake
not?
Paul. Not the Deontay Wilder, I think his name is.
Yep.
Um, dang.
Yeah. See, like, if I told you name NFL,
Anthony Joshua.
yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I just had to do that. I'm like, there's one guy. Who else? Because I definitely have heard of a few fights happening.
Jared Anderson.
No,
Don't know who that is. He's undefeated on this list I'm looking at.
I feel like if you say the name, I could be like, I know him. But everyone's like, oh, you're just saying that because you're here.
All right. Well, you proved me wrong. You named a couple, but you named a lot of people that were just like in the top 10.
I mean, because like
rankings.
you don't really hear about it like that though. That's
you
the
don't.
thing.
And see, in my opinion, the UFC is better than boxing.
UFC gets better viewing, but boxing is better in terms of prize money and all that.
Yeah, boxing gets paid more. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like as an entertaining thing to watch, I would rather watch a UFC match than a boxing match.
I could go either way.
Really,
I mean, also like I do.
it depends who's on the card too, right?
Not even that. I think it's just because
Like this Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, I would watch that over just two randoms in the UFC.
I think it's debatable for me because I've done more UFC
Or like
work.
mixed martial arts.
Yeah, I've
than
done
boxing.
more. Yeah, like I've definitely done my fair share of boxing. I'll take kickboxing, just not throw
Mhm.
kick just cause.
Yeah.
So, well, yeah, I could go either way. You know, because like I see the beauty in both sports.
I do too, but I think UFC there's just a lot
UFC
more to offer.
Yeah, there's more razzle dazzle in UFC.
Because like,
versus
listen,
boxing.
you'll have the guys that just want to like stand and bang and just like box,
yeah,
and then you have the
the ones that want to
one
go to
kid
the
that just
ground.
wants, and
Yeah.
those matches, they're not as entertaining to watch because sometimes you're like,
Oh, those
what's
are more-
even happening?
Those are the most entertaining.
Oh, for
ones.
me too, yeah, for sure.
Like, if-
Because
if you
I
wrestle-
like submissions and stuff like that.
If you're a
it's fire.
wrestler or jiu-jitsu, you know what
yeah,
what
you know what
watch.
it is.
But
Because
if
you
you're
know
not-
what you're watching.
Yeah, versus like the
But
average
just as
guy,
a
it's
casual
like,
guy, you want to see like
you want to see somebody
someone
get
hit
their
a
stuff
spinning
rocked.
back kick and get knocked out. Right?
Exactly.
I just like UFC more because I feel like there's a lot more to offer than just like punching back and forth.
Yeah.
Because
But-
like there's nothing better than some guy throwing a punch and then right out the corner of the eye they see a foot just flying at their face and they get knocked out clean.
Word. But I think boxing when it comes to both when they're both slipping and dodging and ducking, when you're doing all that,
That's my favorite thing. to
that's
watch.
when boxing takes.
I
it
will say
all,
that much.
Because
Because like in the UFC, you're up against cage and you're getting beat up.
I like
what
the
do you do?
boxing. I like the
A lot of
boxing
time you're
better.
just like grapple him, go straight to the ground because like that's,
exactly
that's the safe stuff.
because you're against the
But
cage. What
watching
can you
like
do?
someone like Floyd Mayweather like in his prime just dodge every single punch.
Or
Oh
Muhammad
my
Ali.
God, it's so entertaining.
I'll be honest.
The Ali shuffle instead of
I
God,
use,
it's
I'll
so
be honest. I use that.
you do.
I mean, it's right there. Like I'm backed up a little bit. I got some space. I'm like, you know what?
Why not just hit it? It's fun, bro.
Nah, I'm like, let me show him something real quick. Because it's usually the guys that don't know Muhammad that do it too.
Nah, how do you not know Muhammad Ali?
They don't really watch boxing. They don't really know about
You don't need to watch boxing to know Muhammad Ali.
They just know he's good, but they don't know anything. Like they don't know
Okay,
anything his
okay.
moves. Like
Well-
they don't know about the rope and dope. They don't know about none of that.
All right, let's wrap this segment up and take it into halftime.
Halftime.
Yeah, thanks for listening to the first half.
And we're back from halftime.
All right. Speaking of halftime and sports and stuff like that, Gio, you got a topic for us, don't you?
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about it.
We all have it. We've all done it. Pre-game music.
Yep.
Now,
Gio has a hot take on this, and I
This
don't
is-
know if I agree with it, but I don't completely disagree with it.
this is my personal opinion. Like for me, I don't want music there after a certain point before a game.
Now, this is a question I asked you off the podcast. Do you mean that like if you have your headphones in, you don't like music, or you don't like music playing from other speakers, or you just don't like music at all?
Okay, so right in the locker room, and like when I first went to the field, right, I like it.
Yeah.
It's like up to like 5-ish minutes before game time, I don't want it.
It's a time thing.
Just because, yeah, like you're trying to get pumped up, that's what it is.
Mm.
But at the same time, like you want to be leveled so you're not like, I feel like the more if you get too hype, you can mess up. Versus like if
Yeah,
you're like
you
hype, but
start
you're
listening to like dreams and nightmares a second before you walk out onto the field. You're
I
gonna
don't
come
like
out
that.
hot-headed and you're gonna mess up what you gotta do.
exactly. Now you can say, oh well, just don't be more confident in that fact that you're not gonna mess up. Yeah, and like don't get me wrong, I don't mess up because like music is just like I just like to be more calm when I enter a game rather than like hyped up
Yeah.
because the heart rate. Like if you have a high heart rate and you're going in, you're more. It's just proven fact that you're more more prone to mistakes when you have like a higher heart rate.
Is it?
It's more of like because I think about it, right? When you have a higher heart rate, it means you're stressed out or like you're really just like you're
Yeah.
not focused on something.
But higher heart rate could also mean excitement.
That is true, but reality,
And like before the game, you're told to like spike your heart rate so you come in.
yeah,
Oh, that's actually to lower it though. So you're right.
exactly. You want a lower heart rate because it means that you're more calm.
Like Joe Burrow.
Exactly. You want to have like as much of a calm heart rate as you can before you go into the field.
Because it keeps you level headed and whatnot. And you think music raises your heart rate?
I think it. I mean, it's proven. Dreams and nightmares. Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
I think it's a time thing for me.
Exactly.
Right? For me personally, like the bus ride to wherever I'm going,
yeah.
I need to listen to music because if I'm talking to someone the whole bus ride, I'm not gonna stay focused.
Exactly. During the bus ride, music. I definitely have it. Sometimes I'll just have headphones in just because I don't want to talk to people.
Yeah, that too.
Because like my thing is this: if you really need me, you'll tap me on the shoulder. If you don't need me, you won't. Tap
Don't
me.
bother me. Like,
Exactly.
don't bother me. We're all trying to do our best out here, and I can't if I'm being bothered by you.
Exactly. So especially when you have like more of like the better you are, the more burden you have to like help the team win.
Yeah.
So it's like to have the headphones in and just like I don't play it, but like I'll just sometimes I'll just play white noise or like the sound of silence, which is surprisingly a thing.
Yeah.
I'll play that, which is I know.
So what's weird is right because I know two different type of people, and I'm sure you do too. Like there's those people that will literally listen to music the second before they get on the field or get on the whatever,
Yeah.
and then there's people that are like, okay, they show up to the place, headphones out, we're here now, like it's time to do it. That's me. Like once I walk through the door of like Greeley, for example, once I walk through that door, I'm at Greeley, I'm ready to do what I have to do. Like that. That's how I think.
I'm definitely the same way, right? No, I'm with you, but reality, the minute, like after a certain point, I'll look at like depending on who the team is, right? Now, if it's like we're playing Mount Vernon, I don't want no music after I leave the locker room. To be honest, like once I leave like the locker room, or the weight room, or wherever coming on to go into the field before the game to warm up, like all of our pads and stuff, I want no music, right? They put it downstairs in the weight room when we're
It's
down
a
there.
distraction.
Exactly, I feel like it's more of a distraction because people are like, oh, what song to play next to me? You're worried about what song to play next. I'm worried about what play.
Yeah,
I'm worried about
to
how
be
to.
honest with you, I literally just turn my music up loud enough where I can't hear people, and I don't even listen to the music.
Honestly,
I just look straight in the listen to
Exactly.
my own thoughts.
I have an issue with that because I think I'm starting to get not tinnitus, the hearing thing where like you hear ringing.
I think that is tonight.
No.
I could be wrong.
Google
we'll
it.
look it up after. Look it up after.
But yeah, like because I'm starting to hear ringing from time to time. And
So maybe you don't turn your music as loud.
I'm not like no, I don't tell you that loud, but like there's like times where it's like it's loud, but it's only for like a few seconds. Like
You rather team music or like individual music?
individual,
Yeah.
because team music doesn't always work for you.
Yeah.
Like I have my own, like I literally have like 3 playlists up for my own, just because like
Now I feel like it depends, right? Because music at like a sporting event when it's playing in the background and like your whole team likes it, like the Kentucky basketball locker room,
yeah,
like that's
one
good
thing.
team music. Everyone likes that song. Everyone was vibing.
yeah.
But when it's that one song, you're just like this song. Like I don't want to be thinking about that before I have to go play a sport.
I'll be honest. I made 2 playlists, right?
All right.
One is just like I think one was with sophomore year before I got before junior,
Mm.
and then like when I was on academic probation for the first game, after I got off, I made a playlist for my second one, like for like the game back, and I was like, because I need something to really get me back into
Yeah.
it, right? And I realized after that game, I was like, when it was quiet, like when my head, like I had no music playing, I felt more focused, I felt more into it. I just felt like I could do more and do better because I was able to think more about me rather than hear
Without music, right?
because when you're listening to music, your brain just subconsciously says some of the things, right?
Yeah.
And my thing is, if I'm subconsciously thinking about whatever I'm supposed to be thinking about, and the songs come up, kind of screws me over.
I feel the same way about fans. I don't
Actu-
know if that's you either.
I feel like I've gotten to a certain point because like football, this middle school, they're always packed, so I think it helped me.
Yeah, so it's weird, right? Because at a jiu-jitsu tournament, wherever you do, right? Are there like people there? Like there's other
It's
wrestlers, fighters, whatever you want to call it,
yeah,
and they're just around and they're playing the sport, so like whatever you do in front of them, like
Mhm.
they've been through that and they experienced it. But like I'm not a fan of like having just this crowd, like the stands packed.
I don't-
Depending. Every now and then, like I'm like, yeah, fans are great, it's cool, it's support
Mhm.
for your team, and that's fine. But like last year we were wrestling, or this year I guess we were wrestling Fox Lane for the league title. And like, dude, the gym was packed out, and I was
with
like,
Fox Lane?
I couldn't
Oh.
even hear my coaches. That was the issue. I was like, first of all, I got to wrestle in front of a packed stand. You got Fox Lanes people over here yelling at our team.
Mhm.
You got our fans yelling at their team, yelling at our team. I can't hear my coaches. I'm like, I can't focus.
I mean,
And I think maybe that's just a thing that I need to work on personally.
no, it's definitely different
But-
because right, packed out versus at your home or packed out where it's like 50-50 or close to that.
Yeah.
It's easier to focus because like you have half the gym quiet or half the gym's cheering for you, so you're kind of
Mhm.
like, all right.
You're not wrong.
But right, like after some where you get used to it, like kind of like for me, for crowd noise and stuff like football games and tournaments,
Mm.
it just sounds like
You've always had crowd noise though, right? Because
yeah, middle school is packed. So like
yeah, because I just started wrestling last year.
Yeah.
So that and
it
last
comes
year,
with time. It's
yeah,
not,
and
it's
last year
nothing-
we didn't have spectators
because of
because
COVID.
of COVID, and this was the first year. I'm like, dang, bro, this gym is packed.
Yeah.
Because like everyone's like, oh, we could come back.
Mm-hmm.
Filled stands, people just standing on the floor, sitting on the floor.
It's really just because of like it just comes with time. Like I've never heard like I know a lot of people say, oh, like wisdom comes with time, this and that.
Mm.
But when it comes to like crowd noise and blocking it out, it literally it's number of times you have to deal with it, and then time, then like years having to deal with it.
Yeah,
Because right,
you just need to learn how to like tune everything out, and that's something I'm gonna work on. Like
it's subconscious.
especially
It's a subconscious
now.
thing.
Yeah,
That's the thing. You can't really do anything about it. It's just
my least favorite thing is when I'm getting ready for a match and I'm like walking back and forth,
Mhm.
warming up, shaking out, and I make eye contact with someone I know in the stands, and like they say hi. I'm like, I don't want to say hi to you. I'll say hi to you after. But like right now, I'm trying to focus.
I say honestly, that doesn't bug me surprisingly.
It's a
think that
little bit
would.
different for sport to sport. It varies for sure.
Oh no, like even like I get like even like the solo sports versus like the team sports.
Yeah,
It doesn't bother me. Like I'm surprised
really.
because like I'll see like I mean like obviously for like home games like the stands are packed. I'll be like, you know, like I'm used to seeing my mom or whatever that like mom, dad.
Oh
sister,
yeah, that's fun because like
Yeah.
I messed up a million times in front of my mom.
Yeah,
so it
man.
doesn't matter.
And then seeing like people like and from the school like people even if I don't really talk to them like that like you know like someone like Carolina I
It
don't
could
really
go
talk
either
to
way
her.
for me, right? Because
Yeah.
like when I see one of my friends in the stand, I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, I'm about to beat this kid for you.
Yeah.
I'll point to him like, this is for you, right?
Yeah.
And then other times I'm like, oh, you're here. I gotta do this now.
yeah.
Like
For someone like
50-50 for me.
like for me like if I see Ava and like Ava with the E,
Yeah.
you know, like,
Ava Blank.
you know
yeah.
if I see her in the stands and she says hi like it's not really good, like I'm gonna say hi but I'm like eh. It's not gonna bother me. And she's like, oh, that's not. I'm sure, like that doesn't usually happen, type of thing.
All right. I get that. I don't know.
You know,
Maybe it's just because like I don't know. Because it's like it goes the same thing with music. Back to music, it's more of a distraction.
yeah,
And people use music to tune other people out, but I can't tune out the music and tune out the spectators and do what I have to do. So most of the time, I literally face away from the crowd because I don't want to be bothered.
thing
I
is,
need to just lock in.
I'm gonna give you a piece of advice, right? Like, try
Alright.
this. Next time you're at it, like no matter how big the crowd is, whether it's like 10 people or 100 people,
Yeah, yeah.
just stare at them. Don't say nothing. Don't think nothing. Just stare at them. No music.
All right, I'll try that.
And the more you do it, the more it's just you're gonna realize it's just white noise. It's not them yelling word. Like it's not. You're not hearing the words they're saying. You're not hearing anything that they could be
It's
thinking of
actually
saying.
good information.
It's just like I said. It's like Madden. You all you hear is like it's just them yelling.
That's
You
actually
know?
decent advice to you. That's pretty good, dude.
You know, and then it just because that's what I didn't do that, but like I've tried that before, and
Yeah.
it's just like, and then after a certain point, you just hear nothing. I'm like, yeah, that's good. And I'll go into games, and I'm just like, and like then I go into the huddle, or I'll
Mm.
go like, or I'll talk to my coach right before, and it's like, I hear him perfectly, like as if no one else is around. It's just like 1-on-1. Same thing with I hear me and the quarterback. Boom, they were out.
All right, I'm gonna go back to music just real quick before we gotta end this segment. So we already said we don't like music like 5-10
Yeah.
minutes before whatever you have to do. But like on the bus ride, what's your favorite song to listen to? And don't say Dreams and Nightmares.
It's not Dreams and
All right,
Nightmares.
thank God.
It's probably Philadelphia.
Okay.
It's really been hitting lately.
Is your pregame playlist just filled with Pop Smoke like everyone else's?
No, actually, it's more. Let me see, because I have a few, but I'm gonna do the one I
Because
usually.
I feel like anytime anyone gets the aux, it's just a bunch of Pop Smoke.
Okay, I have Lil Baby, J Cole, NF, Meek Mill, Drake, Pop Smoke. I have a decent amount of Pop Smoke, nothing crazy. G.E. T. Jack Harlow, Lil TJ, Polo G. I probably said that already.
Not yet.
The Kid Leroy. You know, it varies, right? You know, like I have.
What kind of music? Like, do you listen to just like loud music?
It's like-
or-
It mixes between like a lot of hype and then like a lot of like chill. You know,
Mhm.
like pass away young.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just sounded wrong to say, right? Like, it's not high. It's not like fast. It's kind of slow, right? It's
I
all
feel like you need that balance too.
exactly. Like I have like, and when I set up my playlist, I'll be like, boom, and I'll cue something else right after, just like even it out.
Wait, what you say was your one song that you just like you have to listen to?
Philadelphia,
You listen to that every song?
most of the time.
See, I feel like there's always that one song that you have to listen to before every single time.
Either that or I won from the Fast and Furious soundtrack.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I can't lie.
What about you?
Oh, see, that's a good question. Now I
Oh.
feel like I have to go look.
We called him off guard.
Yeah, you did. I knew you were gonna turn it back on me. I just know when. It's weird because I listen to a lot, like pretty much all the same artists you do. I feel like it has to be. I feel like it's a Lil Baby song or a Pop Smoke song.
I feel like
'cause
for you
Pop
to be,
Smoke, bro,
I feel
just
like you were just leaning towards Pop Smoke, but you don't want to say it.
maybe a little bit.
Because I feel like after you said what you
depends.
said,
It really depends. Cause like when I listen to Get Back from Pop Smoke, I'm like, all right, it turns me up, puts me in the right headspace.
Aim for the Moon. Is that your
Ooh,
song?
Aim for the Moon's pretty good too. Yeah,
So is that your song?
yeah, I'll rock with that as my song for now. It
Right.
changes. It changes. though.
Yeah, it's all depends on the year. Well,
Well, that was our podcast. Hope you enjoyed.
thanks for listening to O Radio, O Sports No O Radio. Make sure to follow us on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram.